Hello, hello. I'm James and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible. And that is only by listening to it. If you want to support this podcast, read transcripts and get exclusive access to more content, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. So, as we say in Manchester, get a brew on and let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you all today? I hope you're all feeling good, relaxed and happy as always. It's raining here today in Manchester and raining hard. As I sit here recording this episode, I can hear the rain hitting the roof and windows of my house. Do you enjoy rainy days? Me, I quite like them. Not every day, but sometimes a rainy day forces you to change your plans and spend your time doing something different. And today, that is a welcome change. And so in today's episode, I'm going to describe my perfect rainy day and some perfect rainy day activities. The first thing I would do is the same as every other day, and that is make myself a brew or make a coffee. But I would sit by myself by the window while I drink it, watching the rain fall in the garden. Maybe I'll put on some relaxing music, just quietly in the background, something ambient without many instruments. One of my favourite things to do during a rainy day is to read. So I would sit on the sofa and read a book. Probably fiction, a story about fictional characters, something with a lot of adventure that requires all of your imagination, something you can really lose yourself in. Rainy days are also perfect for board games, but nothing too intense or competitive or long. Or even better, if you are alone, on your own, at home, and it's raining outside, there isn't much better than doing a puzzle. You can start a puzzle in the morning and keep coming back to it during the day. Then I would get ready for a walk outside. If you're going out in the rain, there are a few things that you will definitely need. You will need to wear a waterproof coat, a big coat that keeps you dry and protects you from the rain. And you'll need an umbrella, maybe. And finally, you'll need to wear the right shoes on your feet. You could wear walking boots that are also waterproof. Or if the ground is muddy, if it's soft, and there are lots of puddles on the ground, you might need to wear wellies or Wellington boots to keep your feet dry. And finally, we're ready for our walk. And when I get home, the first thing I would do is change my clothes so I can get warm and dry. And then I would make a cup of tea or hot chocolate. And if I had one, I would sit by the fire and feel warm and cozy. But what about food? What foods are perfect for a rainy day like this? Well, I think I would cook something simple that takes a long time to cook on the stove, like a stew or a chili or a bolognese sauce. I would prepare it all during the afternoon, put it on to cook on a low temperature for the rest of the day. And while it's cooking and the smells of the food are traveling throughout the house, I would sit and watch my favorite movie of all time, The Lord of the Rings. And my cat, Monty, would jump up and fall asleep on my lap. And that, I think, is the perfect way to spend a rainy day. But what about you? What is your perfect rainy day? Do you like to go outside in the rain, or would you prefer to spend all day inside, being warm, dry, and cozy? That's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me what topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, if you want to support this podcast and get access to all of the exclusive episodes, you can do that on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.